Queen Trucking It. I'm back with another video. I'm back with another video. I'm back with another video. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Queen Trucking. New to this channel, I do videos about trucking, travel, and advice. So if you guys like videos like that, please consider subscribing to your girl channel. Okay, I am growing a bigger and new family, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to your girl's channel. I'm gonna be talking about that I became a trainer, y'all. Like, I became a trainer for a full week.
Barely, but.
And let me tell y'all, like, it was a disaster. Like, my training experience was a disaster, and it was just bad, y'all. It was just bad. So if you guys want to hear about that, please continue to watch this video. I did lots of videos, and people were asking me, Queen, are you gonna train? Queen, are you gonna train? And I was like, nah, because I don't remember when I was like, I know I don't got the patience to train nobody, especially not nobody that's fresh out of school who
Ain't nobody got time for that.
started to drive, because I was new once, y'all, okay? I was new, and I knew how it was to drive new, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of all of that, it's winter time, okay? I don't know if y'all happen to look outside, but it's been snowing. It's like, you know, I be telling y'all to go train in the winter, but I ain't trying to train nobody in the winter, you feel me? So in January, in the beginning of the year, we got a call from our dispatcher, because I've been doing my new job for about almost a year now. It's been a little bit over 6 months. And she hit us up and she was like, oh, do you guys mind training? Me and Vaughn both to train. So I had to be on the truck with my trainee, and Vaughn had to be on the truck with his trainee. So for a full week, me and Vaughn was not on the truck with each other, and we were on the truck with separate people, right? Let me tell y'all how this training went, because it was a no for me, okay? When I trained, I was not training my driver to drive. When I trained my trainee, he already came off of his driving training. I was training him for the certain part of the job that we do. And like I said, I do touch freight on this side of the company that I'm with. So I was teaching him the touch freight side. I was teaching him how to do the paperwork, load the boxes on the pallets, and how to stack the boxes, and how to wrap the boxes, and how to use pallet jacks and dollies and things like that. I only learned that I did not have the patience to train this week when I trained. Yeah, so I was a little hesitant. I was like, I don't really know if I want to train somebody. Vaughn, he's trained people before. This was my first time training people. So let me say that again. This was my first time training people, okay?
That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm in it.
Okay, so let me, disclaimer, I'm not a pro trainer out here. This is my first time training. The trainees that me and him had, he had his trainee and I had my trainee. So I'm gonna say trainee A and trainee B, right? Okay, cool. Our dispatcher hit us up and she was like, hey, trainers for trainee A and B, they are going on home time. For her, Vaughn was like, yeah, but I was like, no. I ain't training nobody. I don't want to train nobody. No, like, I don't want to deal with it, especially since they were fresh out of driving school and I didn't know how they drove. I was like, I don't know. It was like he wanted to train and I was like, no, because we got a little extra money for training or whatever. But I was still like, no. So, but she gave me the assurance. She was like, okay, well, driver A has a little bit more driver training and he's a little bit better with driver. So I'm going to put you with driver A. And then Vaughn got driver B. The trainees that me and him were both training were going to be on teams, like me and Vaughn is on teams for the account that we run. That's how I ended up training. So she asked me, I gave her, you know, my concerns. If he going to be with me for a week and you want me to train him, we got to stay local. So we decided to stay in Texas, right? So I'm like, great, we in Texas. The weather will go be good. Then we actually started training, right? I met him. He went to his house to go see his wife and things. He was married. He went home to go see his wife and his children. You can link up with me at the last minute. I just wanted him to be on the truck early. So basically, when we woke up the next day, we will already be on the truck together, and then I can show him how to wash out a trailer, and I can show him how to do all these things and how to get prepared for the route. First day on the route, it snowed, y'all. It fucking snowed, okay? It snowed so freaking hard. Like, let me tell you, it has not snowed this hard in Texas in years. Okay, I am from Texas. If y'all don't know, I'm from Texas. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Like, it does not snow like that in Dallas. Let me just show y'all a clip of how hard it was. See that? Did y'all see that? Like, it was snowing so hard day one. And I told him, like, wanted to get like a peep the scene of how he drive, right? So I told him to drive out, and when I woke up that morning, I like regretted it. I was so nervous because literally the whole reason why we even stayed in Texas is because I told my dispatch that I did not want to go in the north, in the east, in the west, because it was snowing and I knew a snowstorm was coming. But I did not know the snowstorm was going to hit Texas.
No ma'am. No ma'am.
So at first in Dallas, it was just doing like a couple of little furries because we was going down to Houston on our route, on our little dedicated route. So I'm up here thinking, oh, we're going to Houston, it's sunny, it's hot, it's Texas, we ain't got to deal with that, we gonna get a little rain, but that's whatever. To the fact to where we was sitting at the terminal and I was like, okay, well, it ain't doing nothing, you know, it's Dallas, it's Texas, like, it's gonna snow a little bit, but the snow ain't gonna stick, so we good. He felt comfortable enough to drive. I did tell him that if you do feel like you're uncomfortable to drive, let me know, and we can pull over and I'll take over and I'll just have us pull over for the day, because we was already gonna be like a day ahead of time. I've been a good trainer, right? So we start driving and then this happens. Round Rock, Texas, outside of Houston. I just kept looking at the weather and I was just like, you know, it's snowing so bad. I was just like, you know, we don't have to be there until like later on tomorrow afternoon. We can pull over for the night and then I'll just wake up in the morning and drive us the rest of the way. Because the way the weather was, it was just like the snow wasn't letting up. And then it was starting to get dark while we was driving. We got to a safe spot. He bagged, we parked, and it was all good, right? It was really, really cool. Like, one thing about him, he was very talkative, but it was cool because, you know, I like to talk too. So, you know, he was cool. I wish, that was my first mistake. I wish when I started it all, I would have really sat down and got to really know what his strengths and weaknesses were. I did more talking about things that didn't matter towards me actually training him. If you guys do want to come out here and be a trainer, that is something that I definitely would recommend. I definitely recommend you sitting down and talking and asking the person, what is it that you need help with? What are your weaknesses? What do you feel like you need to improve on? Like, these are the questions that I really wish I would have asked in the beginning. First day went really well. We only had one pickup that day, and I was in the inside of the trailer because there's one person in the inside stacking the boxes, doing the pallets and stuff, and then there's another person on the outside hands you the boxes. So on the inside, he was on the outside. We only had like 20 boxes, so I did it and we were done. Okay, so we finally made it to Houston. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to my subscriber Mike. If you see this, leave a comment below. I will pin your comments to the top of my comments. At the park at that Love's, or it was a Love's or a Pilot by downtown Houston. Let me tell you, that Love's was so packed and I could not get that trailer in. And I was back there backing up for like the whole 15-20 minutes. And one of my subscribers seen me while I was backing up and he stopped, he waited, and he came to say hey. So shout out to him. Shout out to you. What's up? Hey, how you doing? I didn't forget about you. Okay, I finally just got around to making this video. Now the second day we had 6 pickups, okay? We had 6 back-to-back-to-back pickups. And let me tell you, we were late for every last one of them pickups. So, now granted, it is training, you know, but I felt like when I asked him, I said, hey, how do you feel? He was like, oh yeah, I feel real good. I feel confident. I was in the trailer all week with my last trainer. I'm really good in the inside. And I feel like, okay, well, the inside of the trailer is mostly what you need to work on when you come do this account. So I was just like, okay, great. You've been in the trailer all week. I'm cool. We good. Second mistake was thinking that he was going to have the same work ethic as Vaughn. I'm not saying that his work ethic was bad, but Vaughn been in a game and Vaughn been doing this for over a year. He only been doing this for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I was expecting the same level of let's get this shit done. I already know what to do in the trailer. I didn't get that. And of course I wouldn't have got that because he was new. The mistake kind of correlated to my first mistake. I should have really sat down and asked him what was his weaknesses, what he feel like he needed to work on. And instead of hopping into it thinking that, oh, he already know what he doing. That was my second mistake. He's in training, okay? He doesn't know everything. And that was my problem. I felt like he knew everything because we talked and he made me feel like he knew everything. have known as a trainer that he may feel like he got things, but there are some things that anybody can improve on when it's only their second week. It was my mistake as a trainer. I should have looked at him. I should have been mindful. I should have looked at what he was doing wrong and corrected him right away. So, and I really should have sat down first day and told him, this is what I expect from you. I did not do that, and that's one of the biggest mistakes I made training him. I should have sat there and told him, this is what I need from you. This is how I want you to stack the boxes. This is how I want you to wrap the boxes. You know what I'm saying? This is how I need to get things done. And I did not do that. I just put him in that trailer and expected him to be just like Vaughn. Me and Vaughn always come in with a game plan. Me and Vaughn's chemistry is really well. We work good as a team. You know, we have a plan laid out. We already know what to expect. And I was expecting that from him. And me and him only been on the truck for 2 days. It was really my big mistake. And like I said, I'm not gonna come on here and bash him at all. This is not that type of video. I'm not coming on here to bash him because honestly, it was my fault. First real day when we had them 6 pickups, I got so frustrated with the fact that he wasn't moving the way I wanted him to move. And instead of telling him like, hey, instead of actually coming out with that conversation, I just got mad. And when I get mad, I shut down and I stop talking and I'm just upset, I'm pissed, go into a shell and I don't know how to express my emotion. And that's a problem when you want to become a trainer. Like, you have to be vocal when you're a trainer. You have to say what's on your mind when you're a trainer. You cannot sit back and be in your feelings. You cannot sit back and be mad because you're training. Hello, they don't know. That's why they're in training. If they knew, then they wouldn't be in training. Would correct him here and there. Like he wasn't wrapping the boxes fast enough, and I didn't go to try to tell him like, hey, you need to wrap these boxes. You know, I did tell him, but you know, instead of like him being in the trailer and me saying, all right, come on, this is the pace that I need you to move at, I told him after it was already done, I was already frustrated. Also came to wrapping pallets, you know, said that he had been in the trailer all week. So I took his word for what it was, and I was like, okay. And then I noticed that he wasn't wrapping pallets tight enough. I tell him, I was like, hey, you know, you need to wrap those boxes because if we don't wrap those boxes, then we'll shift, right? He was like, okay. You know, he was like, all right, my bad. It's my first time not wrapping the boxes like that. He was like, I got you. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, bet. So I started to get more frustrated because we were behind on picking up routes, things that me and Vaughn do, and I find so easy for me and Vaughn. It wasn't really easy for me and him because clearly, like I said, he was a trainee. I expected so much of him that first real day that we did those 6 pickups, and that's where I let myself down. I should have not expected so much of him because this was literally only his second week doing this route. I expected so much out of him, and that was a fail on my part as a trainer. I'm not saying that when you're a trainer you don't come in encouraging your student, but you also cannot come in like your student already know what the fuck going on. That was my problem. I came in like my student already knew what was going on. He had a good concept of what was going on, but a lot of little things that he needed to fix that he thought he had together that he didn't. So the first day I was completely pissed. I was pissed off. I stopped talking to him. By the time we made it to that last stop, it was dark. I was done. I still had to do a whole nother 5-hour drive after I had this stressful day. I ended up getting a call from my head driver managers asking me why I didn't call her to let her know that we was gonna be late for the day. And it was just like my mind was so wrapped up on what I was doing with training and just getting so frustrated with that I forgot to even call her to let her know that we gonna be late to we were late to every pickup. One of the pickups closed on us, called her and was like, hey, where's the truck? And here we come rolling in an hour later. That's pretty much how that day went. It went absolutely horrible, and it was so bad on my part as a trainer because I let my emotions show. And he even came up to me, he even tried to ask me like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? Just so in my feelings and just so like upset with how the day went because I was expecting so much from a trainee. I didn't even talk to him. After that, I got on my bunk and I just went to sleep. I didn't even want to do nothing else. I ate and went to sleep, and that was like the end of the night. Got on the phone and I called Vaughn. Now mind you, Vaughn over here with Trainer B, living his best little life, telling me, oh yeah, everything's great, we doing good. He's over here like, you don't understand what I just went through today, okay? I just went through hell and hot water today. Started explaining to Vaughn like where my frustrations were coming from. Because mind you, this was my first student, okay? And Vaughn, he done trained like 2 or 3 other people, so he knows how to train. Vaughn started telling me stuff. He was like, so did you ask him what his weaknesses are? When he was doing things you didn't like in the moment, did you try to correct him right then and there? You know what I'm saying? Did you tell him what you expect from him? Like, Vaughn was giving me me all this great advice to be a trainer, and I'm just up here like, I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that. None of that at all. I didn't do none of that. I didn't ask him nothing. I just was like, you know what you're doing? He was like, yep. And I was like, cool, we gonna have a straight week. And then we got there, and then it was just like a complete flop. The next day after I had that talk with Vaughn gave me a pep talk. He was like, baby, you can't be doing that. You gotta come at him correct. Like, you're a trainer, you got to train. You can't just be in there like y'all buddies and best friends, because that's not gonna get the job done. This morning I woke up, cleared my mind. He came and sat in the front seat. Took me a shower. I came. As we were driving to our first stop, I did apologize to him. I did. I really did, because number one, I was completely in the wrong. I was completely in the wrong. I have not let my emotions get in the way of me trying to train him. I should have not gotten frustrated with him like I did, because I was expecting so much of him, and he was only in his second week on this account. I did come to him and I did apologize, okay? Now, mind you, he a little feisty, so he did give me a little like, but I deserved all of it, just for the simple fact that I was not the best trainer. I started out the right way, the way that I should have started day one. That's how I started out day 3, okay? And we only had 4 days on truck together, okay? Okay, this is what I expect. This is what I see you need to work on, and this is what I'm going to be looking for. You know what I'm saying? I quit acting like a friend and actually started acting like a trainer, okay? And let me tell you, the day went by so smooth. The day went by so freaking smooth after I told him what I expect, what I need, this is what I want, how it needs to be done. The day went by so freaking smooth, y'all. I just sat back and I was like, I wish I would have did this on day 1. Would I train again? No, I would not. I would not. If she called me and asked me, I would tell her, no, I don't want to train. I don't feel like I'm a good trainer. Even though I learned a lot, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. Okay? I'm coming to y'all telling y'all this is because I feel like I learned a lot from this. And I feel like if you want to get out here and you want to decide to train, be prepared to train. Don't get on here and you and your trainees start talking and y'all having a good old little time, and then you forget what you're really there for. You're there to train, okay? You're there to figure out what their weaknesses are, help them fix their weaknesses, help them get to what they need to do. Not sit there and be their friend and talk ha-ha kiki, and then the day that y'all gotta actually go out there and get that money, you all upset because he's not doing it the way that you used to. If you're gonna train, you need to have the patience to train. If you're gonna train, you need to come in with a game plan and not none of that, oh, I'ma just see how it go. No, you need a game plan. Shout out to all the trainers out there. Y'all are the real MVPs. Shout out to y'all, okay? Because for real, okay? Because I was once a trainee and somebody had to have patience with me. And shout out to all my trainers, even the ones from Prime, okay? Because at the end of the day, they had the patience and I didn't, and I just gained the extra respect. The extra money that I got, I really feel like it wasn't even worth it, to be honest, because it was just too much. It was too hectic. I really feel like, shout out to all the trainers. Like, we all feel like, oh yeah, you get an extra $250 or $300 or $500 or however much extra you get off your trainee, but you don't understand what comes with training your trainee. If your trainee was bad, see me, I was nervous when I first started driving, so shout out to all my trainers that deal with my little nervous ass, okay? I was running over shit, I was nervous, like it was just to come out here and give y'all my story, to tell y'all how it went the first time that I trained, and hopefully my last time training. Definitely want to get out here and get y'all this experience so y'all can learn from me and learn from my experience with training. My first trainee, y'all, I'm not gonna tell y'all his name, he's gonna remain trainer A, but if he do watch this, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? You taught me a lot and I really do appreciate it. I hope you and your teammate is out there having a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching this channel.